What's up, guys? This is Phil Ebener back with another tutorial in After Effects. Let's get straight into it. So I presented this little motion graphic for Valentine's Day, and as a way to give your loved one, whoever that is, your special person, a unique gift, something more than just a card or bouquet of flowers. I think having a nice, motion graphic, something that you've created, is something really special. And so I wanted to show you a couple of the things that I did to create this motion graphic. Starting out with this heart that is being drawn on right here. So this is a technique using the stroke effect. So I'm just going to start a new composition. That's a good size. And then I'm going to create a new layer and a new solid. And you can choose whatever color. It actually does not matter, because we're going to add the color of the stroke or the outline afterwards. Then you're going to take your mask tool, or your pen tool rather, and you're going to create your shape. So for me, I created a heart. So I used the proportional grid to help create that shape. So I just kind of freehanded it. Make sure you're selecting your layer that you want to create the mask with. So I started with the point down below, then I clicked over to the right. Whoops, let me zoom in again. And then, I clicked on the top, clicked and dragged to create these sort of curves. And it's hard to see right now, but if the color of this mask was black, it would be easier. But then you just keep creating the edge of your heart, and then complete the circle, or the heart. And you want to make sure that you click and drag for the points that you have curves, so that you can go back and edit them. So then you can take these points, click and drag, and make it, a better looking heart. So something like this looks pretty good. Okay, so now if you click off, you have a heart. And I would spend a little bit more time perfecting this heart. It's a little off over here. Okay, something like that. And then you're going to go over to your effects and presets bin, type in stroke, and click and drag this onto this layer. Now up here in the top left, you'll see in your effects control window a couple options. One, under paint style, you want to go from on original image to on transparent. So that is making the image, the white solid, transparent, and you're just seeing the stroke. Now the path of the stroke is mask 1. If you had multiple masks, you can select another mask. See, if you select none, then there is no stroke. So you want to make sure it's mask 1. And then you can choose your color. So say you want red, you can choose red. You see the yellow of the mask path, but if you just click off of it, you see the red. Or you can make the brush size even bigger so you can really see the red stroke. And then you can animate this. So you see the start and end point. You can go from the start and animate it on to the end by using keyframes. So at the end, around 3 seconds or whatever, I'm going to set a keyframe for 100%. And at the start, I'm going to go to 0. So there you have this heart being drawn on now. Now you can make this quicker. If you select your layer and press U on the keyboard, and then you see your keyframes, you can drag them closer together to make it faster. So that is how you create this heart being drawn on. You can change all sorts of things: opacity, spacing, brush hardness if you want it to be super hard, or if you want it to be softer. But that's basically that. And so basically what I did, I just copied and pasted this heart, and you can see it, this white solid layer, and made it smaller, and then staggered it a little bit. And then I just took that same heart here and you can see that I don't have the stroke effect as I do on the other 3 layers, because I just wanted the white solid heart. And then I just created a scale transition. So it goes from 0 all the way to, until it covers the entire screen. One thing you want to note though is I clicked this under this star or the sun sort of icon. It says collapse transformations, or for vector layers continuously rasterize. If you don't have that selected, it's going to get pixelated, and you can see the edge of this heart pixelated because it's 700%. But if I continuously rasterize it, it creates a sharp image. So that's basically that. And then I have these hearts kind of floating up. And that was a simple thing that I did. I just used the same heart. I changed the color. So to change the color, for example, so I just copied and pasted the other heart. I'll just do that with this heart to show you an example. So copy and paste this. And then I made it a lot smaller. And then I got rid of this stroke effect. So now it's the original white. Now to change the color, I just press Command-Shift-Y on a Mac. I think it's Control-Shift-Y on a PC. And just change the color. Say we want blue hearts. You can select a blue color. Something like that. And then to create this, animation of it kind of floating up, I just created a couple keyframes and I moved it up. So I'm just gonna turn this other one off for a second so I don't see it. Set 2 position keyframes, one here, go forward a few seconds, move it up, and press T to bring up opacity. And again, it's pressing P, you bring up the position function. T, you bring up opacity. I'm just going to set a keyframe at 100, and then I'm going to press U to bring up both keyframes so I can see where my position keyframes are. Then I'm just going to set it at 0 when I get to the end of the position move. So I move the 100% keyframe. I'm just going to set this to 0. Then I'm going to go to the start, set it to 0, and go forward a few frames, set it to 100. So now you have this heart floating up and disappearing, like so. And I just repeated that, many times. You can see in this composition, I repeated it, and they kind of sparkle on, and it's a kind of cool effect. With the rest of this text, I was just using preset animations. That's why it only took me 15 minutes or so to create this. So if you go under Effects and Presets, if you drop down Animation Presets, and then drop down Text, and then you can do Animate In, there's lots of different animations. So say for this Happy Valentine's Day text, I'm going to press U to bring up the different animations, or just drop down the menu over here with this twirl down triangle. I'm going to get rid of this animator, so just select it, delete it. So that sort of decoder thing is gone. So maybe I want something a little bit less, intense. So I'm going to try the slow fade on. So this is just a preset effect with Happy Valentine's Day moving on. And you can see when I add it to it, it adds an animator. I can get rid of that. Try, flying with a twist. So this is kind of what I used for the first effect of I Love You flying on. Now you have to go in this and change where it starts, because you can see now it starts at the bottom of the screen, but you would just go into this animator, and then under Advanced, I believe you would, or maybe Position. Yeah, you can just move the position down so that it starts off the screen and comes onto the screen. But really, it's up to you if you want to create something new and unique. But I guess the main effects that I used were this this stroke effect with it being drawn on, and then the heart growing, and then these little hearts flying up. Pretty simple. Okay, well, if you liked this tutorial and you liked the effects that I used in it and want to learn more, check out my Adobe After Effects complete course. You'll learn, everything you need to know. So if this was a little too intense for you and you didn't get what was happening, take this course. I go from beginner to advanced After Effects user. You'll know how to do this and way, way more. So check it out on videoschoolonline.com. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, I will see you on videoschoolonline.com. Bye.